Good morning, boys and girls. It was the big day. I got to go in and see Jessica, my nurse practitioner. We went over all of my blood work. She's real pleased. My ferritin levels were real high. We're not sure. That's the first time we've ever gotten that test done. So she has a feeling that even though it was still high, that was down from where it was. My inflammation markers are a little higher than what we wanted. Not bad, but I still want those to come down. My overall cholesterol is down a little bit. The whole panel, we're not sure what happened to it. We lost it, even though I know we took it. I saw the vial, but anyway, they're going to have to see if they can figure that out, because I'm really curious to know where my LDL is. And probably not for the reason that you think. Most of you are thinking, yeah, the bad cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. Well, so long as it's not over 200, I don't really care. I'd really like for it to be 140, 160, somewhere right in that range. We've talked before about, we know that I've got nerve damage from neuropathy. If you understand nerve endings, LDL is the insulator, we'll say, of that electric cord. And when you get neuropathy, the ends of that are frayed and the insulation's cracked. And so I want to be sure that I've got plenty of LDL in my bloodstream so that we can repair those things, because that's one of my big concentrations right now. Now, that being said, even though I want high LDL right now, I don't want my platelets clotting in my blood. So we're watching that as well. So, but most everything was really good. My hemoglobin count was way down, actually lower than it was even before I started working. I've always ran high hemoglobin for some reason, but like into the 18s, and it was, I think 15.3. I think it was 15.3. But so that was good. I actually gave blood because of the ferritin, which that didn't freak her out either. But I went ahead and did that anyway, which is something she wanted me to do anyway, just for general health. And I've got O blood, so they wanted it. So there we go. The A1C was down from 10.5, I believe, down to 9.3. That's the one spot where we're kind of disappointed, just to be honest with you. Now don't get me wrong, it's coming down, so it's going in the right direction. But that being said, we were really hoping for a 7 or 8. But now, that being said, we know that because I've been on insulin for so long, I've been a diabetic for so long, that my A1C isn't really a picture of everything. It gives me a general marker of my blood sugar, but if you've been keeping up, I've cut my insulin in half. Actually, over half now. And so we did do a C-peptide, which checks my pancreas, and everything is wonderful there. I was a little bit worried about that, just to be honest with you. But that was right in the middle of the range. It was just perfect. My insulin levels, they were right exactly normal. So my pancreas is producing normal amounts of insulin. So what the issue is my insulin receptors are weak. They're being sissies. And we've got to give them time to kind of catch their breath here. A good friend of mine, I was kind of griping about this the other day, and he kind of told me to pull my head out of my butt and slow down. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to pull my head out of my butt, and I'm going to slow down a little bit. You know, I've been a diabetic for a long time, and it's not going to fix itself overnight. All of my numbers, except for the ferritin, are going in the right direction. And that's not something we would have checked anyway. She was actually thankful that I asked for all of these extra things. So we've got a really good baseline right now. She wants me to come back in 3 months, not just to check my A1C, but just to get she wants to know where that ferritin's going. Iron levels were perfect. Actually, the only thing that was low was my sodium, believe it or not. My sodium was just a touch low, not alarming or anything like that. And I salt the dickens out of everything, man. I even put a couple of shakes of salt into my water. So that's kind of odd. I don't know what to do about that. I can't add no more salt. I just can't add no more salt. And I'm using Redmond's real salt, so it's not just like it's crap salt. So that's where that's at. What else? Hearing everything looked good. Kidney function was a little off, but if you look at it from the standpoint of somebody on carnivore diet, it is actually doing real good, and it was up from where it was. So my kidney function's a lot better than it was, which is going to surprise a lot of people being on carnivore. And I guess I should clarify that just a little bit. I'm on a carnivore diet, but I'm eating avocado, and I've went ahead and really reincorporated that. I'm having a whole avocado every day. I'm also taking cinnamon. I'm also taking chromium, apple cider vinegar, and all of those things are about trying now to concentrate on making my insulin receptors more sensitive. It's time to get them into this fight, and that's really what I'm after now. Let's go. Let's get it on. My neuropathy, somebody asked me about that. It's actually getting better. The pads of my feet, they don't hurt. I'm not having sharp pains anymore. The numbness is completely gone. The pads, though, it's weird. They don't feel normal, but they're not numb. So I can feel them now. So that's an improvement. And that's just 3 months. To be honest with you, I expected that to take years. I expect to be dealing with neuropathy for the next couple of years. Like I said before, as you begin to research and study your nerves, man, they are slow. I mean, it takes them a long time to heal once they get damaged. So just going to continue to do the same things. I'm rubbing them, I'm massaging them, I'm keeping my stuff on my feet. I'm still using magnesium cream on my calves. So all of those levels, all of my electrolyte levels other than sodium were good. Doing good. She asked how I feel. Man, I feel good. I just cannot express to you how good I feel. I feel wonderful. I don't know, I can't remember the last time I felt this good. Even back when I considered myself in shape. So that's wonderful. Oh, somebody asked me about my testosterone levels. We did check my testosterone levels. Of course, I haven't been on TRT for 3 years now, something like that. When I checked it last year, it was 202. And this last week when we checked it, it was 473. And she really thinks that's going to continue to go up. I can tell you I'm more vascular, I'm fuller. I'm still not working out over maybe 1 or 2 days a week. I'm doing some push-ups in the morning on occasion, but nothing crazy. That is an aspect of this that I'm ready to start addressing. I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start training at least 2 or 3 days a week. I feel like I've taken, especially the insulin sensitivity side of this, about as far as I can take it without hitting it with something else. And so I'm fixing to hit it. Not going to get silly. I'm still only going to train for 10 or 15 minutes tops. I want people to feel like, hey, that's something I can do. I have no doubt that in 3 months I could go in there and for the next 3 months train for 2 or 3 hours a day and get my old boys back in there together and to help me and go hard and drop it like a rock. But really, that's not what I want. I don't want it to just drop. I want it to be normal. I want it to come back to where it is. And so if I'm just burning all the sugar in my bloodstream up, that's not really what I want. I mean, I want to use the glycogen up. I want the insulin to force that into the cell the way it's supposed to. But I don't want to force it. I want it to be natural. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. So that's where we're at. I'm pretty stoked. Can you tell? Pretty stoked. She was excited. My wife went with me because she's nervous about all this. That went well. Interestingly enough, I've always had trouble giving blood, and when I went to give blood, I told the ladies, I said, I've never been able to give a full bag. It always clots in the tube or something weird because my hemoglobin's so high. And I gave a full bag, and it was less than 5 minutes. And I mean, they were just bam, bam, bam. It was amazing. Didn't make me sick or nothing. So there's a lot of wonderful things that have changed. Again, if you've got questions, ask. Good gracious, I get people messaging me and they're asking like it's a big deal, but it's not. I actually enjoy it. Every once in a while I get asked something I don't readily know. It gives me an opportunity to go and figure it out for myself, and I enjoy that. So if you've got questions, ask me. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you're not already. Give me a comment. Again, if you're a diabetic, or if you're checking your blood sugar or just keeping up with me, tell me what your blood sugar is today. I want to know. I want to keep up with you guys. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. See you on the flip side.